How do you get more sales and conversion on your webinar? We're going to be looking at the 3 best practices today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a video that will make you money. Also, you can grab my free webinar course down in the description below. All right, let's jump into it. How do you get more sales and conversion on your webinar? This is a question that I get all the time. And I'm going to give you, first off, the number 1 mistake that people make, and that is being boring. Trying to teach too much always leads to people bouncing off your webinar. So I'm going to show you the 3 ways that you can get people to stay to the end, know, like, and trust you, and buy from you. So the biggest thing that I have found to increase conversion, once people have listened to your intro, your teaching points, and you've made it to the offer, the biggest thing is that people want you to take them by the hand and help them implement. You're selling a course, whether it's $9.97 or $19.97. If you don't know how to price things on your webinar, there will be a link right here. You can check out the video on that. But once you get to your pricing point, the thing that people really want and that will get them off of the maybe fence into buying, into pulling out their credit card and swiping it to buy what you're selling is your personal time. Now, I know that that is a challenge because you're trying to sell a course, so you don't have to be personally involved with all of them. But by adding in some of your personal time, you will raise conversions. We've seen this add at least 1 or 2% to the total conversion rate. So if a normal webinar converts at 3 to 5%, we have seen this. We added it yesterday. We did back-to-back webinars, and we saw it raise conversion by more than 2 points, which is huge when you think about it. If you have 100 people on and you're selling 10, that's a 10%, and you add 2, that's an extra $4,000 at a $2,000 price point. So think about that. Think about how you can add in your time. There's a secret to this, and you can get it in my webinar course down below. Point number 2, think about in high school, who was your favorite teacher? And think about all the other teachers that were there as well. Chances are that your favorite teacher was super engaging. You love going to their class. They may not have taught quite as much, but they were engaging. They knew your name. They got to know you. They told great stories. They got you involved in the learning process. The other teachers, you would go in and they would probably just stand at the board lecturing. You would put your head down, fall asleep, pass notes, or jet out the back door. If you've been following this channel for any amount of time and you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me talk about stories. It is the biggest thing you can work on to improve your webinar. It makes it fun. It makes it exciting. It helps you demonstrate key points in a way that gets people involved. Have you ever been on a webinar that was really, really boring? Think about it. It wasn't because they weren't teaching. It was because they were teaching too much. They weren't telling enough stories. They weren't getting you involved enough. The way that you get involved is you ask questions and you tell great stories. So tip number 2, tell great stories. There are 3 core stories you need in your webinar. I'll give them to you really quickly. The first one is your hero's journey story. This is your story of how you earned or learned what you are teaching them. This goes towards the front quarter of your webinar. The second one is that you have to have great customer stories. So these are testimonials, they are case studies, they are anything that shows how people who have worked with you have gotten results. The third one is you have to have a great product story. When you get to the offer at the end, you have to build in the story of how you created it, why it's there, and build the testimonials and your hero's journey into it. This is what I teach people to do when I work with them one-on-one. If you need my help, there's a link in the description down below. The third thing that we're going to cover today that helps with conversion more than anything else is hooks and open loops. So hooks have raw curiosity in them. When you jumped on today, the hook that got you here, that was in my slide and in the title, are how can you get better conversion? I didn't give it away in the title. Instead, you have to watch the video. Open loops are what get people to move forward through your webinar. You don't want to give away everything that you're talking about. You want to create curiosity. This is how soap operas work. Think about a soap opera or your favorite television show. What they do right before they go to commercial is they leave things on a cliffhanger so that you come back afterwards. The way that you get people to buy is you close open loops in your sale. Again, this is something that is kind of complicated, but once you get it, the light bulb goes on over your head, and you will always be able to use these to drive people to buy from you. This is what I teach when I work with people one-on-one. This is one of the biggest things that I use with people who have webinars already. We sit down and we build in somewhere between 20 and 30 open loops in the front part of their webinar that drive people to the sale. This is what I do on a VIP webinar breakdown, which you can grab in the description down below. Was there something that you think I missed, or do you have a question about one of these? Leave it in a comment down below. I will be happy to respond to all of them for you. Make sure that we do what we can to help you get more conversion. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and until next time, take action, change lives, and make money. I'll see you soon.